You have been lied to about connection. They told you to be authentic. They told you to be yourself. They told you that if you work hard and show your value, the right people will notice you. That is a fairy tale for children. And if you are still believing it, you are playing a game you cannot win. The world operates on a hidden architecture. There are those who shape reality and those who simply react to it. There are those who walk into rooms and alter the temperature with their presence. And there are those who fade into the wallpaper no matter how brilliant they are. You have felt this. You have watched people with half your talent rise faster, connect easier, and command respect without earning it in any traditional sense. You have wondered what they know that you do not. Here is what they know. Connection is not about chemistry. It is about engineering. High-value people do not bond with you because they like you. They bond with you because you solve an equation in their psychology that nobody else has figured out. They keep you close because you serve a function in their empire, whether that function is validation, protection, information, or simply the feeling of being understood in a world that constantly demands performance from them. Niccolò Machiavelli understood this 5 centuries ago. He was not a villain. He was a scientist of power. He dissected human behavior the way a surgeon dissects a body, with precision and without sentiment. His work was not a celebration of cruelty. It was a manual for survival in a world where the naive are devoured and the strategic inherit the earth. If you want to connect with people who hold real power, people who control resources, opportunities, and access, you cannot afford to approach them like a fan. You must approach them like a peer who understands the game. In the next several minutes, we are going to walk through 13 laws. These are not moral guidelines, they are tactical frameworks. They are designed to help you penetrate the inner circles of influence without triggering the defense mechanisms that keep most people locked outside. These laws will feel uncomfortable at first. That discomfort is proof that you are shedding the programming that keeps you powerless. By the end of this, you will not see powerful people as untouchable gods. You will see them as puzzles, and you will have the skeleton key. But let me be clear, once you see how the game is played, you cannot unsee it. Once you understand the strings, you will notice them everywhere, and you will have to make a choice. You can reject this knowledge and return to the comfort of ignorance, or you can accept it and become dangerous in the most elegant sense of the word. Dangerous not because you harm, but because you cannot be controlled. Let us begin. Most people destroy their chances before they even open their mouths. They walk into a room with someone they admire, someone they want to learn from or work with, and they immediately try to prove themselves. They list their accomplishments. They talk about their ideas. They want to show that they belong in that space. This is a catastrophic error. You are not being rejected because you are unimpressive. You are being rejected because you are threatening. Powerful people did not get where they are by being secure. They got there by being obsessed with maintaining their position. Their identity is fused with their status. When you walk in shining too brightly, when you display competence that rivals or exceeds theirs, you do not look like an ally. You look like a future problem. Machiavelli warned that it is dangerous to appear better than your superior. The moment you make someone feel smaller, even unintentionally, you activate their survival instinct. They will not attack you openly. They will simply stop returning your calls. They will forget to include you in the next meeting. They will smile and nod and quietly remove you from their ecosystem. So what is the strategy? You dim your light. Not because you are weak, but because you are smart. You let them be the sun. You become the moon, reflecting their brilliance back to them in a way that makes them feel even more radiant. When you have an idea, you do not present it as your own genius. You frame it as a question. I was thinking about what you said last week, and I wonder if this approach might align with your vision. What do you think? Now the idea becomes theirs. They take ownership. They feel intelligent. And you become the person who helps them think clearly. This is not submission. This is camouflage. You are lowering their defenses so you can get close enough to matter. While they are basking in their own reflection, you are studying their patterns, learning their vulnerabilities, and embedding yourself so deeply into their world that removal becomes unthinkable. Let them take the credit. You take the position. The second mistake people make is transparency. They believe that honesty and openness are virtues in every context. They walk up to someone powerful and their desperation leaks out of every pore. They want a job. They want a favor. They want access, and the powerful person can smell it from across the room. Desperation is repellent. It signals low value. It says, I need you more than you need me, and that is the worst possible negotiating position. Machiavelli understood that a predictable man is a controllable man. If I know what you want, I know exactly how to manipulate you. I can dangle it in front of you. I can make you jump through hoops. I can extract value from you without giving anything in return. To connect with high-value people, you must become unreadable. You must conceal your intentions behind a veil of casual interest. When you meet someone you want something from, do not talk about business. Talk about their art collection. Talk about the book they mentioned in an interview. Talk about philosophy, wine, travel, anything that humanizes the interaction and removes the transactional stench. Make them wonder why you are there. Mystery creates intrigue. When they cannot figure out your angle, they start projecting their own needs onto you. They start chasing you to solve the puzzle. This is a reversal of power. You are no longer the supplicant. You are the enigma, and enigmas are magnetic. Be warm, be present, be engaging. But keep the core of your ambition locked behind a door they cannot see. The less they know about what you want, the more power you hold when the negotiation finally begins. Here is where most people lose the game before it even starts. They approach powerful people with an appeal to fairness. They talk about how hard they have worked. They talk about how much they deserve a chance. They appeal to mercy, to morality, to the idea that good people should help other good people. And the powerful person listens politely, nods sympathetically, and does absolutely nothing. Why? Because mercy is a burden. Powerful people are besieged by requests. Everyone wants something. Everyone has a sob story. Everyone deserves a break. If they helped everyone who deserved it, they would be bankrupt and exhausted. Machiavelli was brutally clear on this point. Do not appeal to what people should do. Appeal to what they want to do. Self-interest is the only language that transcends culture, personality, and circumstance. When you approach someone with power, do not ask for a favor. Offer a transaction disguised as a partnership. Do your research. What problem are they facing that nobody is solving? What rival is threatening their position? What inefficiency is draining their resources? What vanity project is failing? Position yourself as the solution to their pain. I noticed you are expanding into this market. I have connections there that could accelerate your entry and reduce risk. Now you are not a beggar. You are a strategic asset. When you speak to them, do not talk about your needs. Talk about their future. Talk about what they will gain, what they will avoid, what they will achieve with you in their corner. Self-interest is not evil, it is human. And when you speak that language fluently, doors that were welded shut suddenly swing open. We live in a culture of constant availability. You answer messages within minutes. You say yes to every meeting. You make yourself endlessly accessible because you think it shows dedication. It does not. It shows desperation. It signals that your time has no value, which means you have no value. Scarcity is the foundation of worth. If you are always available, you are common, and common things are not treasured. Powerful people respect time above all else because it is the only resource they cannot buy more of. When you give your time freely, you are telling them it is worthless. Machiavelli knew that a prince who is seen too often becomes ordinary. Familiarity does not breed respect, it breeds contempt. You must learn the art of strategic absence. Be fully present when you are with them. Give them your complete attention. Make them feel like the most important person in the world, and then disappear. Do not answer immediately. Do not be free next Tuesday. Have a life, have a mission, have a schedule that does not revolve around their convenience. This does two things. First, it proves you are a person of value who has other options. Second, it creates an open loop in their psychology. They start wondering where you are, what you are doing, who you are with. Your absence occupies mental real estate. And when you do reappear, your presence is treated as a reward, not an obligation. Use absence the way a composer uses silence. It makes the notes that follow more powerful. Everyone is obsessed with themselves. Even the most humble appearing leader is secretly in love with their own worldview. They want to be seen. They want to be understood. They crave validation of their internal narrative. Most people try to connect by talking about themselves. I did this, I think that, I believe this. This is noise. It is static. It does not penetrate. To connect with someone powerful, you must become a mirror. You must reflect their image back to them, but slightly enhanced. If they speak quickly and with intensity, you speed up. You match their energy. If they are slow and deliberate, you slow down. You become thoughtful. Match their posture. Match their breathing. Match their vocabulary. If they use military metaphors, you use military metaphors. If they reference sports, you reference sports. This is not mere mimicry. This is neurological synchronization. When you mirror someone effectively, their subconscious labels you as safe, as similar, as trustworthy. They think he understands me, she gets it. This bypasses logic and speaks directly to the primitive brain. People do not want to be challenged. They want to be confirmed, be the confirmation of their brilliance. When they look at you, let them see the best version of themselves staring back. They will become addicted to your presence because you make them feel understood in a way that nobody else does. You are not manipulating them. You are translating yourself into their language. And in that translation, connection becomes inevitable. In the old world, land was power. In the industrial age, capital was power. In the modern world, information is power, but not just any information, secret information. Rare information, information that changes decisions. Powerful people are often isolated. They are surrounded by yes men and sycophants who tell them what they want to hear. They are starving for the truth. They are starving for the pulse of reality. If you can become the person who brings them valuable, unfiltered intelligence, you become indispensable. You become their eyes and ears in places they cannot reach. Did you hear what the competitor is planning? There is a shift happening in the market that nobody is talking about yet. I found a flaw in the system that could save you millions. This is not gossip. This is strategic intelligence. Curate information that protects them or gives them an edge. When you trade in secrets, you elevate your status. You are no longer an outsider asking for access. You are an insider, a co-conspirator. And there is no bond stronger than the bond between people who share hidden knowledge. But here is the warning. Never reveal all your sources. Maintain the monopoly on your information supply. If they can get the intelligence without you, they do not need you. Keep the source hidden. Deliver the insight. Nothing bonds two people faster than a shared enemy. Sociologists call this in-group out-group bias. We instinctively like people who hate the same things we hate. If you want to connect with someone powerful, find out what they despise. Do they hate inefficiency? Do they hate bureaucracy? Do they hate a specific competitor or ideology? Do they hate mediocrity? Align yourself with that hatred. Validate their frustration. I cannot believe how incompetent the industry has become. It is exactly what you have been saying. When you validate their enemies, you validate their struggle. You validate their mission. You are saying, I see the dragon you are fighting, and I am on your side of the battlefield. Be careful not to be purely negative. It must be righteous indignation. We are the few who see clearly in a world of delusion. This creates a tribal dynamic, us against them. And in the trenches of that imaginary war, loyalty is forged. You are no longer just a contact. You are an ally in their crusade. Machiavelli understood that people do not live in reality. They live in their fantasies of who they want to be. The ruthless executive wants to see himself as a compassionate leader. The chaotic entrepreneur wants to see herself as a disciplined visionary. The insecure politician wants to see himself as a beloved hero. Your job is to identify their fantasy and play the supporting role that makes it real. If they want to be the wise mentor, you become the eager student. Ask them for advice. Let them teach you. Let them feel significant. If they want to be the rebel, you become the loyal accomplice. If they want to be the king, you become the trusted knight. Do not force them to confront their contradictions. Reality is painful. That is why they have built walls of wealth and status to avoid it. If you are the one person who supports their narrative, they will protect you fiercely. Because if you leave, the fantasy collapses. You become the mirror that reflects the version of themselves they are desperate to believe in. This is not cruelty. This is understanding. You are giving them what they need most, the feeling that they are who they pretend to be. Powerful people carry immense stress. They manage empires, employees, investors, critics, and enemies. Their internal world is often chaos, anxiety, pressure, and fear disguised as confidence. Most people add to that chaos. They bring problems. They bring complaints. They bring urgency and drama. To become irreplaceable, you must be the opposite. You must be the calm in their storm. When they are frantic, you are steady. When they are angry, you are composed. You must learn to absorb their emotional turbulence and reflect back clarity. I understand the issue. Here is the solution. It is handled. Those 3 words, it is handled, are among the most seductive phrases you can offer someone drowning in responsibility. You are taking weight off their shoulders. You are creating space for them to breathe. They will start to crave time with you, not because of what you do, but because of how you make them feel. You make them feel safe. You make them feel in control. In a world of noise, be the silence. In a world of fire, be the water. If you can lower their cortisol levels, you can raise your value infinitely. Machiavelli praised the fox for its cunning and adaptability. Bruce Lee said, be like water. The rigid break, the flexible survive. When dealing with power, you cannot afford a rigid identity. You must be adaptable to the situation. Some days you need to be assertive. Some days you need to be receptive. Some days you lead. Other days you follow. Do not get attached to being a certain way. If you insist on always being yourself, you will clash with people who operate differently. Formlessness is defense. If you have no fixed shape, you cannot be pinned down. If you have no fixed shape, you can fit into any environment. Adapt to the culture of the person you are engaging. If they are formal, you dress formally. If they are casual, you match that energy. If they drink whiskey, you drink whiskey. Remove the friction. Make it effortless for them to absorb you into their world. The perfect infiltrator is the one who looks exactly like the locals. Blend in so completely that when you do assert yourself, it carries 10 times the weight. Do not be a chameleon out of weakness. Be a chameleon out of tactical sophistication. This is the ultimate law. The crown jewel of Machiavellian strategy. Make yourself necessary to those above you. If they can replace you with a job posting, you are vulnerable. You must weave yourself into the fabric of their success so deeply that removing you would cause structural damage. Find a task they hate doing, but that is critical to their operation. Master it. Take ownership of a relationship they cannot afford to lose. Hold the keys to a system that only you understand. Become the bridge between them and something they desperately want. If you are the bridge, they cannot burn you without burning themselves. Do not teach them how to do what you do. Keep the knowledge esoteric. The more they depend on you for peace of mind, for execution, for results, the more leverage you accumulate. You want them to wake up in the middle of the night and think, what would I do if this person left? Once you occupy that space in their mind, you have won. You can negotiate anything. You can ask for equity. You can ask for autonomy because you are no longer disposable. You are essential, and essential people are not fired. They are invested in. The most powerful person in any interaction is not the one making noise. It is the one who designed the menu. When you present options to someone powerful, do not overwhelm them with infinite possibilities. That creates decision fatigue and frustration. Curate the choices. We can do option A, which carries this risk, or option B, which delivers this result. I recommend option B. What do you think? You are framing the decision so that the path you want them to take appears to be the only logical one. This is the illusion of control. You let them make the final call so they feel autonomous, but you built the road they are walking on. You are doing the thinking, they are doing the authorizing. You are the architect, they are the signature. Machiavelli advised that a wise prince should rely on what is in his own control. By controlling the framework, you control the outcome without ever appearing controlling. And now we arrive at the final law, the paradox that makes all the others work. To connect with powerful people, you must not need them. If your soul depends on their approval, they will sense it, they will smell the hunger, and they will treat you like a fan, not a peer. True power recognizes true power. You must cultivate radical autonomy. You must have your own kingdom, even if it is small. You must have your own mission, your own code, your own vision. You must be willing to walk away from the table. The person who can walk away holds all the leverage. When you sit across from someone worth millions, you must know in your bones that you will be fine without them. You are not there to beg. You are there to explore a mutual opportunity. This shift in energy changes everything. Your voice steadies, your eye contact holds, you stop fidgeting, you become solid, and that solidity is magnetic. Powerful people are surrounded by fluid, bending, accommodating personalities. When they encounter someone who is solid, someone who respects them but does not worship them, they are fascinated. Be the rock, be sovereign over your own mind. Connect from wholeness, not from lack. This is not arrogance. This is self-possession, and self-possession is the rarest, most attractive quality in a world full of people trying to extract value from everyone they meet. Take a moment. Let these 13 laws settle into your mind. I know what you might be thinking. This sounds cold. This sounds manipulative. This sounds like I am being told to become someone I am not. And you are right. It is calculated. It is strategic. It is designed to give you an advantage in a world that does not reward the naive. But look around you. Look at the structures you live within, your workplace, your government, your economy. Do Do you think they were built on transparency and fairness? Or were they built on leverage, negotiation, and a deep understanding of human psychology? You have been playing by rules that do not exist. You have been told that hard work and kindness are enough. They are not. Not in the rooms where decisions are made. Machiavelli was not a monster. He was a realist. He looked at human nature without flinching. He saw that we are driven by fear, by ego, by the need for security and significance. To use these laws is not to harm people. It is to understand them more deeply than they understand themselves. It is to speak to the parts of them they do not show the world. When you apply these laws, you stop being invisible. You stop waiting for someone to discover you. You stop hoping that merit alone will carry you forward. You become the strategist. You realize that powerful people are not gods. They are players who learn the rules early. And they are waiting, whether they know it or not, for someone who speaks their language to walk through the door. That someone is you. These 13 laws are not chains. They are keys. But keys are useless if you lack the discipline to use them. This level of mastery is not a weekend seminar. It is a daily practice. It is a way of seeing. The world will try to put you back to sleep. It will try to make you forget what you now know. It will reward you for being compliant, for being predictable, for being safe. But you are done with that. You have seen the architecture beneath the surface. You understand now that connection is not chemistry. It is engineering. And you have the blueprint. If you are ready to stop being a spectator, if you are ready to step into the arena where the real game is played, then make the decision now. Do not just consume this and move on. Commit to becoming the kind of person who can walk into any room and shift the gravity. Subscribe not because you want more content, but because you are making a contract with yourself. A contract that says you will never again be outmaneuvered by your own ignorance. Welcome to the inner circle. The game has already begun.